Just contemplating a short ride out, wondering which steed to take. Well, there really can only be one choice, can't there, on a day like today, which I will explain in a minute. If at first you don't succeed, try again, as my dear mother used to say. And I'm afraid, after having a couple of complaints from people who've watched this video already when I put it up earlier in the week, they say they can't hear anything, and I respect that, and I've had no option really than to put a voiceover over it, which I don't particularly like doing, but needs must. Now, what you see in front of you here is at Kemble Airfield, an old 747. This was the place where all the 747s are broken up. They all came back here during COVID, and that particular one, you can have parties on, meals, all sorts of things that it's open for. So I'm calling this the inaugural anniversary celebration of the Alba trip, i.e. the trip to Scotland last year, which I departed Tetbury on this very day a year ago. Bit of an epic ride for the YB, I have to say, and I know you'll agree with me. To carry a gentleman of my stature all the way from the Cotswolds round the NC 500 and back. Not a bad feat, no problems, and fantastic weather all the way. So I'm afraid I've got a problem with the mic again on this video, hence this voiceover. I need to pay a bit more attention to it, but it's very easy to not plug in the helmet mic, and it ends up being all muffled because it's on the camera mic. The other thing that went wrong was the GoPro kept stopping, which is a bloody nuisance, and I really need to go back now to trying the DJI again. Incidentally, this road is horrendous for potholes, absolutely horrendous. So back on the YB again. I wanted to do 25 miles or so on it. Fully intend on taking it on some of the more local runs to me, but I'm not going to take it out in the pouring rain. It has to be said, I don't want to do that. So, but for what it's worth, it is running well, but I've not really been able to test performance as such because I'm still running it in and making sure I don't over rev or labour it, which is important, obviously, in the first few 100 miles, having had a new rings and a rebore. But what a beautiful road, eh? Look at this. All the celandines around. Green lands, future plans for the YB. God, what a pothole that was. Future plans for the YB. I would really like to try the South Coast 500, which would take me down the north coast of Somerset, Devon and Cornwall, and then back along the south coast. And that would mean that I'd have the YB at the northernmost extremity, which is John O'Groats, and also at the southernmost point. Probably wouldn't pay to go into the disgusting place that is the Land's End Fun Fair, but Sennan Cove is as far south as you can go anyway, so I'd probably go there. I also would like to take it into Wales. I've already done quite a lot in Wales, but I wouldn't mind going to the Elan Valley on it. It's a fairly long ride. It's probably a 5-6 hour ride on a regular bike, so whether I might stay a night over there, I don't know. And the other thing that I really like to do is the Hard Knot Pass. Probably what I would do is combine the Hard Knot Pass with the NACC Coast to Coast run. So that would mean riding up to Hartlepool from the Cotswolds, taking a few days to get up there, and then the Coast to Coast run stops in the middle of the Peak District somewhere, I can't remember, is it Alston or somewhere like that, and then goes across to Whitehaven, which is in the Lake District, and then I would take the Hard Knot Pass and the Rhinos Pass back across to Windermere. I've seen big bikes do it. There's lots of amusing things on YouTube of people falling off because the roads are so steep and the cambers are so difficult. I'm certain that if I have the power in the little bike, it'll be much easier to ride than on a big bike. Done it many, many times in the van. Amazing road. Probably the steepest and most difficult road I've been on, period. Europe, America, UK, anywhere. This road, or this way, is all part of one of our runs, actually. I'm coming along here with Steve, checking the route. Fortunately, in the van, through flood water, over a foot deep. A number of people have asked me what I'm planning to do, or if I'm planning to do anything exciting this year. And well, it's exciting to me, but it's not quite or I hope it's not going to be quite the challenge of Ireland and Scotland. Look at this! Look at it! Look at this one! Me and a group of mates are off to Normandy, actually. It'll be in a few weeks' time after the main event, because to be honest, I wouldn't want to get embroiled in all that. But yeah, there are 6 of us going. I shall be taking the XSR 125. Kevin will be taking his monkey bike. Mike will be taking his Meteor 350. Steve will be taking his Triumph 400 Speed. Alan will be taking his BMW 300, whatever it is, single cylinder, nice bike. And Rob will be taking his Royal Enfield Bullet 500 in full army regalia. We're staying in Bayer for 6 nights, I think it is. and gonna have a good old mooch around all the historic areas while we're over there. Should be good.
We're actually going 2 weeks.
The other thing I thought I'd mention, came up with an idea with inspiration from Tane, the all-year-round motorcyclist, although I'm not looking to copy him exactly. But I've got so many amusing stories about when I was a tour guide. I mean, there are just so many. And I thought one way of telling them would be to sort of shoot out on the bike on a ride somewhere, and to recount the stories as I go. And I mean, I can give one brief example, but it's not the whole story, of the family of 5 or 6, I think it was, who came with about 20 suitcases because they didn't know what the weather was going to be like. One of the sons, adult attorney son, I should add, shut his mum's fingers in the car door and managed to lose a couple of iPhones on the trip as well. You sort of couldn't make it up, and I can make it much funnier than that, because it was funnier than that. So I'm thinking that that's what I might do. Combine that with a few runs around the local area to some interesting locations, and to basically cover the ride and the story in one. Anyway, that's just an idea. I don't know whether I'll do it or not yet. We'll see. Isn't that magnificent? I mean, I've got poppies in that one. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, what a disappointing video that was. Ruined by the GoPro giving up on me just after I started. I must have been chatting away for 25 minutes at least about a lot of old nonsense about what I was planning to do with the channel, and also various plans for the bikes, and of course the whole lot didn't come out because the GoPro stopped prematurely, and frankly I couldn't be bothered to go back over it again. But then if I had, the microphone was obviously incorrectly placed, and so all you heard was a lot of muffled old drivel. So I'm really sorry. Never claimed to be a professional at this kind of game. It's going to be only a couple of weeks now before we go off to Normandy. As far as the YB is concerned, I'm really happy with it. I'm still running it in, not labouring the engine at all, but it seems to be going really well. So very happy with that. So anyway, sorry about the rather dull video. It was shot on a rather dull day as well, which doesn't help. Anyway, more videos to come eventually, you can be assured of that.